is we're going to give you something called a web mix, and this is a very cool way to save or bookmark your websites. And the way you do it is with a program or an app online called Symbaloo, and this is something I use personally because I find it to be very useful for my own purposes. Anyway, so here's how we're going to do it. Now, by now I should have given you the shortcut or the link to this particular web mix or something that looks similar to it in case I changed it. And what you're going to do is you're going to make this your own. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to create an account. And it's actually very simple. You're just going to go right up here where it says free account. And the easiest way to do it is to just click here with register with Google, since you should have logged in with your Google account. And I've got my fake Google account right here, John Student, so I'm just going to click on that. And all the interesting information right here. If you want to give it your real birthday, I never do. If you want to give it a different gender, that's entirely up to you. And if you want to add your photo, I personally wouldn't do that. The less people know about you, the better off you are. So I'm just going to click on create. And it says blah, 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 proceed anyway. Okay, so we're waiting, and it is, let's see, it says blah, 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 includes people in your circles, just know your basic profile, blah, 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 and I'm just going to accept. Okay, so now you have this web mix to use. Now you can see that there's something called home here, and this is where you can create your own, or you can use the ones that are there. You've got different ones here, online, resources, and so forth. Now the research paper one here, you can see it's got, like the resources one, it's got this lock on there, so there's nothing you can do. You can't change it. I don't think you can move stuff around. You can't, it's not your own. And so in order for you to be able to make it your own, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go up here to where it says share, and you're going to go over here to where it says stop updates. Now watch the little lock up here when I click on stop updates. Boom. It's no longer there. So you could actually just move stuff around if you wanted to, but don't. I want you to leave it the way it is, because here's what I want you to do. These are some of the things that I've given you that are going to be useful later. For example, Easy Bib when you do your bibliography. If you want to add music, there's free music right here. Public images that are they're free, and you don't have to worry about copyright. Same thing with this one. Flickr images, they're copyright free. YouTube downloader. Over here I've got some other interesting presentation things that we'll talk about in class. And if you want to know how I'm doing the screen capture, the one I'm using right now is this one called Ice Cream. Most of my other videos I've done with Camp Studio, and then there's this other one right here called Screencast-O-Matic. Haven't used it, can't tell you if it works. This is a very cool thing. It's a sticky note thing. Allows you to put sticky notes, and Office Online and PowerPoint Online in case you want to do some work at home. Okay, now here's what I want you to notice. If you look right here, this is where I'd like you to put any programs that are useful to you. And over here, these are presentations. You can see where there's a little pop-up. When I hover, like right here, it says link your sources here, and that's very important. And here it says link useful websites. If you come up with a useful website that you think you can use, I want you to link it here. And here it says show us with one of these. So if you want to show us how to do something, you can. And this one, of course, is get your media from here. So this is the one I want you to pay attention to, because this is what you're going to be doing today. What you're going to do is you're going to go up here, you're going to use this to find information about the person you're doing. And the easiest way to do that, as we probably have talked about in class, is to use the words biography, and another word, a good word is facts, and another good word is timeline. And since I'm doing Ibn Battuta, I'll just write Ibn Battuta. Okay. And what this should give you is pretty much most of the good stuff. Now, you can use one at a time. So, for example, I've got some other stuff here. But let's just start with one here. So, famous scientists. Okay, I know that this is a good site. I've looked at it. Do look at these sites and kind of make sure that there's enough information on them. Oh, that's interesting. And it's very easy. You're just going to go right up here. You're going to copy this, Control C, or right click and copy. And you're going to go back to Symbaloo, and you can see when I hover over this, it says add new tile. So if I click right here, and it says create a tile, I click on that, and I just right click and paste. There's my website address, and I like to choose show text, and usually it adds the information for you right there. Sometimes it's too much, but I'll just leave it the way it is. And you can use an icon like this one. Here's an icon, so I'll just click on this icon right here. And what does it say? It says, oops, something went wrong, so that one's not going to work. Let's just close that. I'll click on this one right here, and you can see it's right there. All right. Now, if I want to, or if you want to, you can click right here, and you can choose another icon. So if I wanted to put like a crown, I could use that. And then let's see, make sure that you click on show text, because when you click down here, it somehow deselects it. And then you go down here to the bottom and you click on save. So from now on, when I log into my Symbaloo, this Ibn Battuta icon is right here. So if I click on it, look, it sends me to that website. So let's just do one more. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back here, and here's Famous Explorers. This looks like another good website. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here, make sure there's enough information. Okay, there seems to be a goodly amount of information. Decent. I like this stuff right here, just your basic facts. And so again, you go up here, you right click, you can right click and copy. Go back to Symbaloo, hover over this, click on it, it'll pop this up, create a tile, right click here, paste. I'm going to choose to show the text, and again you can see it's right there. Now I'll try this one again, see if anything happens. Okay, so it allows you, here's a picture of Ibn Battuta. Now notice it's not letting me take much of the picture here. Wait a minute, there we go. So let's just move this down here. Is it going to let me take any more? Come on. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to use that. Alright, and again I have to click on show text again for it to stay. And click on save. Alright, so your job today is to have at least 5 good websites. Now if you find 5 great websites, that's great. But my suggestion to you is to choose 7 to 10 of them. And then you can decide which 5 you want to use in the end. But just take, I've given you enough space to have 10. So if you fill this up because you've got the time, and just find 10 good websites. And then you're going to be ready to start looking at the websites and gathering your information.